Hi everyone, in this video I'll explain how my poster shows the use of constructivism and information processing theory in early years lesson design. I'll focus on two lessons I created, an English vocabulary lesson and a science lesson on animal traits. My poster highlights two big ideas. First, young children learn best when they can connect new information to what they already know. Second, their learning improves when information is presented in small, clear steps that match how their memory develops. These ideas come from constructivism and information processing theory, and they guided how I planned both lessons and their worksheets. Let me start with the English lesson. For this lesson, I used a picture word matching activity to help 6-year-olds learn animal vocabulary. This activity reflects information processing theory. Children in this age group rely a lot on visuals. So using simple, clear, black and white images helps them remember the words better. A clean worksheet layout also keeps them focused because young children have limited working memory and can get distracted easily. Constructivism appears in how the children interact with the activity. They don't just memorize the words. They link them to animals they have seen before. During guided practice, children speak, point, and explain, which helps them build meaning based on their own experiences. The second lesson is the science lesson, where students sort animals by how they move, walking, flying, or swimming. This sorting activity strongly reflects constructivist learning. Children must observe, compare, and explain their reasoning. For example, they might say, "Birds fly because they have wings." Instead of simply receiving the answers from the teacher, they construct their own understanding. Information processing theory also appears in how the worksheet is designed. The categories are simple, the pictures are clear, and the number of items is just right. This prevents cognitive overload and helps children organize new information in a meaningful way, improving long-term memory. Both lessons use scaffolding. I begin with modeling, then guided practice, and finally independent work. This gradual release gives children confidence and supports learning without overwhelming them. Reinforcement is also included. I use verbal praise and achievable tasks to keep children motivated and engaged. I also included metacognitive questions in both lessons, such as, "How do you know the fish swims?" or "What helped you decide?" These questions encourage children to think about their thinking, which is an important skill even for young learners. Overall, my poster shows how these two theories, constructivism and information processing theory, shape real decisions in lesson design. Constructivism helped me create activities where children make meaning through doing, talking, and thinking. Information processing theory guided the clarity, pacing, and structure of the materials, so they match how young children take in information. Together, these approaches help teachers create lessons that are developmentally appropriate, engaging, and meaningful for young learners. Thank you for listening.